When last we left off, the party had split up. Always a good idea. Faewyn is in Valville learning spells. The rest of the party went to Glimmerview, the capital of the Gnomish Empire, and they did a bunch of shopping in their downtime and started learning new skills. They have purchased themselves an airship, which Lignyck and Evad are trying to learn how to fly and realizing that it's going to take a lot more time than they have, so they've hired a gnomish pilot to fly it for them. Grun has continued working on his orcish primer. Skippy is trying to be scary and learn intimidation, but not doing very well at that. And while Grun is working on the orcish primer, this is where we're going to do a little bit extra before the team comes together, because Grun is trying to find his way spiritually. He's been very angry, going the path of the barbarian for a while now, since Galen's fall, and now he's reaching out to his ancestors. And Grun, you close your eyes and fall into a deep trance. And in your trance, you see yourself in kind of a void. There's nothing of interest near you at all. Like everything's just gray, different shades of gray for the ground and sky. But you do see a figure walking towards you in the distance.
Can I make anything out of this figure?
Give me a perception check.
Yep.
Yeah, they're still pretty far off, but you can tell it's a humanoid figure that's walking towards you. But again, there's no colors. It's just shades of gray.
Okay, I'll walk towards them as well.
Okay, so you walk for a short distance before you come to a figure that you recognize as your friend Galen.
Galen, you're not at all who I expected to see here. It's good to see you.
He bows before you.
He what? Sorry?
He bows before you.
But no, none of that. You don't bow before me. I bow to you, and I do. You saved us again and again, yourself as Jinxie, and time before that. I mean, you were my closest friend. You got me through so much. You don't bow to me.
As you speak, you just let your heart out, and he just stands rather impassively. You don't see any emotion on his face at all as you say all of this. He just nods.
Galen, are you okay?
Again, he nods.
I mean, I've been trying to find some kind of guidance, some kind of path, and I can't find that in the gods. Either gone or they have their own machinations, their own agendas. I don't know who else to turn to, but maybe those who came before me, who walked their own lives, who've been through this world their own ways and their own lengths and times, but maybe they have some wisdom that can help me, the wisdom of this world and not of others.
Galen nods again, and he touches his right hand to the bear tattoo on his chest, and then reaches out to you and touches your chest. And you feel a warmth radiating from his touch. And it's the first sensation that you've felt in this state.
What are you doing? I'll kind of look where he placed his hand.
You don't see anything. It's just a sense. It's like a pressure, but not against your skin. It's a pressure against nothing. Like you don't exist here, and yet you're feeling the sense of him reaching out to you.
Can I reach back?
You can, and when you reach out to him, you do feel again that sense of pressure.
Like pressure stopping me from getting to him?
No, it's just not a sense of touch. Like you're not touching him. It's
Oh, okay. I think I mean that. Sorry.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I just kind of like try to push through that pressure. I mean, do I feel like I can get, do I feel like it's a barrier I have to get through, or is it something that I can reach out and feel and touch and embrace it almost kind of a,
As you push, Galen turns with your motion, and his hand that had been reaching out to you slides along your arm, and he takes your hand and begins to walk ahead of you, and you feel this pressure on your hand pulling you forward.
I'll go with them.
You're not sure how long you walk. Um, there's no way to gauge time here. Um, even a single step, you're not sure if it takes a fraction of a second or an hour. Everything feels strange in this realm that you find yourself in, and you walk and walk with no change for the longest time. Eventually, you come to see sparse, uh, scraggly trees growing up out of the gray, and he brings you forward to a pool of water. And around this pool, you see uh, hulking figures standing around it, staring down into it. And as you get closer, you recognize them to be other orcs and half orcs.
Galen, are these my ancestors?
At this point, Galen turns to you. He lets go of your hand, and you see him smile before he fades.
I mean, Grun would be incredibly sad to see Galen go again, but knowing that, he wasn't actually back, I guess I would turn to the orcs and half orcs standing around and take a closer look. Does he see anything distinct about them? Does anything separate them?
As you look at the orcs, you note that they all have uh, symbols on their chests. Some of them you would recognize, some of them you wouldn't. More often than not, you probably wouldn't recognize them, given your history of religious roles. But
Yeah.
you do see an orc with the symbol of Kelimvor on her chest.
I'll start by walking up to that orc and say, "Greetings. My name is Grun Soft Tusk. I was once also a follower of Kelimvor. Can you tell me what this place is, please?"
As you speak to her, there's no recognition that you're speaking at all. She just continues to stare down into the pool of water.
Then I'll also look into the pool, see if I can see what she's looking at.
Okay. Can you roll a wisdom save, please?
I better be able to with this modifier.
You look into the water and you can see across time all of the orcs that are around this pool living their lives across the world. And each of them uh, begat the other. And there's a whole chain, a lineage of orcs. And you get the sense that these orcs are all one family that have lived over countless generations. And it all comes to you.
So Grun never really knew anything about his orcish heritage. He didn't know these people, so everything he saw, this would have all been incredibly new to him, like all very fresh. He wouldn't have ever heard tales before of what came before. So,
Right.
can you give me an idea, given Grun's just kind of general hopefulness and general kind of like attempt for hope for positivity, and it's lacking. what kind of like a tone would what he have seen given him? Would this been like, were these good people, bad people, evil people, good people, like mix and match? Like
Yeah,
what
it's the entire spectrum. There are those in your past that have been warmongers, and there are those who have been pacifists. And the last one in line, your mother, had also worshipped Kelimvor and stands beside you.
I mean, Grun will look back at her, not having really recognized her, and Mother, I never knew that you too worship Kelimvor. I always thought that it was by chance that I ended up there, but maybe you had some hand in that. Yeah, I've been wandering, lost, and confused since Kelimvor was lost to me, and I I too turned from him, but I feel like he had turned from me, and in my, I don't know, in my ignorance, I turned to another deity, the one who imprisoned him, hoping that, in some way I could change its mind. But that was arrogance, to think that I can impact those gods, that they have any interest in what I have to say, or how my life could show them what we can do when we work together, what my friends and I have done since we've worked together. But I miss that guidance, that help, that path that was laid before me. It gave me strength. It gave me the power to protect my friends, to keep those around me safe, and I just want that again. I want to have something that I can trust, that is more than me, more than my friends. And I want to think that maybe there's something here that can help guide me on my path.
She looks up from the water and smiles at you and holds her arms out wide.
Oh, Grun falls into her arms like a weeping mess.
Can you give me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Yes.
As you fall towards your mother, holding your hands out, you feel again this pressure as you embrace her, and then she's gone. You feel her essence absorb into you, and when you look up, you see her father facing you with his arms open.
I run out and I hug him too.
Another
You've got me
Constitution
gasping
save.
over here, Ryan.
It's the same sensation, the pressure, the comfort, and then he absorbs into you. And when you look up, his father stands with his arms open.
I would like to use
This
my
time,
inspiration. Brian, I would like to use my
okay,
inspiration, please.
yep.
Nice.
Nothing like a good old fashioned hugging.
um, Again, it's the same feeling that you're drawing so much comfort from those who came before you, wrapping their arms around you and blending their spirits with your own. And this third figure also embraces you and enters. And there's another orc beyond, again with her arms wide open for you. Again, she hugs you close. You can almost feel, it feels like she is weeping. You feel that pressure kind of shudder and then enter inside of you. And her mother waits for you with her arms open.
That was so close to the end. Oh.
Okay. So as you embrace this orc, you feel again this pressure, but she doesn't join you. After a time, she backs away and smiles and nods and pushes you into the water, and you wake up from your trance.
So do I still feel that pressure? I feel that sense of their presence, their kind of mingling.
Here you don't feel anything untoward. You feel like yourself. You feel normal.
If I reach out to like my ancestors, similarly to the way I kind of like used to reach out to Kellenbor and Dowreth. Do I like kind of just feel them there the way I could feel them the others before?
You do feel a faint sort of religious aura around you. Yes.
Then I kind of lay my things down, and like I did before for Kellenbor and Dowreth, I begin prayers to my ancestors and those who came before me, and I tell what I can of the tales that I remember from the dream, and I pray for them and to them.
Okay. The next day, after your prayers and reflections, you will have the powers of a second level cleric.
Amazing. Thank you, sir. I feeling that connection, that presence again. Grun is ecstatic, like just like cloud nining it. Like anybody who sees him that day can just tell that he is just like on top of the moon. He is clumsy as all hell as usual, but he is just on the moon.
Okay, while you're on the moon, suddenly Skippy jumps out from behind a corner and tries to intimidate you with a scary face.
Go for it.
Ooh, that's pretty scary.
All right, Ryan, what do I do to see if this scares me, or do I just find it adorable?
Oh,
Insight, yes.
I can't roll against you, Grun. Like it's just like that's how scary he looks. You decide how you react.
I mean, like, does Grun know what you've been trying to do, or has this been a secret mission? Like,
No,
practice?
this probably is a surprise. Well, no, I mean like he's been like growling in a mirror. I mean, depends whether or not you've been paying attention to him or not.
Okay. I mean, you know, to be honest, right now, probably not. Grun's been a little focused otherwise, so I'm gonna say he probably missed this. So, we're gonna be like, "Oh, Skippy, are you all right? Somebody bug you? Oh,
I don't,
or did you do something?"
his face immediately goes serious and he says, "On a scale of 1 to 10, how scary was that?"
I mean, oh, if you're going for scary, I mean, I'd call that like a 6, maybe a 7, like leaning towards a 7. I mean, I just know you pretty well. If that was somebody else, they'd probably be a lot more scared than I was.
Probably, and he'll walk away.
But yeah, that's it for Grun.
Wow.
That's pretty big.
Thank you, Ryan.
No problem.
Also, by the way, I'm a Path of the Ancestor barbarian now, too, folks. So
Very cool.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to see how I can affect this.
So, Dan, I just sent you a message with how you can regain more of your cleric powers over time.
Yeah, that's incredible. Thank you, Ryan. That's huge. That's more than I could ask for.
All right, so that would have been on the third day that you would have done that.
Then I would like to make 2 more sets of checks if I could.
Sure.
All right, so I'll
check first.
I was gonna say I'll make the religion checks to see how many days of it I could do, and then
okay. All right, so you can do 1 and start making con saves. So that's 1, and only 1 that day. All right.
Does that bring me to 1 of 3 for third?
That's right.
Okay, thanks.
So you only have first level spells right now, but it's better than nothing.
Hey, I have my low level just cleric abilities back. That's fantastic too.
Yep. All right. So at the after the 5th day, 6th day dawns, and you guys have done some training, some praying, some studying, and you all come back together.
Well, okay. So I'm gonna ask on the 6th day, would I be able to do it again on the 6th day?
Sure.
Okay. Sorry, everybody.
No need to sorry. This is fabulous.
Yeah, no, I'm so excited to get back together with everybody. I can't even focus.
Okay, so we got all our stuff. and we got an airship, and we got a captain. So where are we going?
What a fantastic question, Skippy.
Well, I'll just give you a little bit of information about the city. Actually, because you guys have been here for 5 days, I'm just going to take off the fog of war for the map, because you guys would have seen everything that you wanted to see.
I will be back in just 2 seconds.
Okay, so you guys should be able to see the whole scene now.
Wow.
To the northern part of the city is all smaller housing for the poorest of the gnomes, but there are no what you would consider poor gnomes in this city. They're all living comfortably, but the manors get larger and larger the more south you get towards the market, until you get to the nobles district, where there are huge manor houses, and then the market. It all surrounds the Titan's Hand, as they call it, just north of the Titan Hand crossing, which will take you to Glimmerguard Keep. And the landing bay is where you purchased your airship, and have been, for Lignyck and Evad, have been getting lessons from a gnomish pilot. Yeah. So is there anything that you guys want to do in the city?
I'd like to see if we can find out if the gnomes have heard of anybody else, any other pockets of resistance, anybody who's been fighting back against the undead who needs help and who maybe has a solid foothold, a solid plan.
No, they're not aware of anybody else. They're pretty isolated where they are. Their closest trading partner has been gone for centuries, and that was the dwarves, Thorbold's Deep. They theoretically have the ability to fly to other neighboring nations, but they would have issues with fuel consumption getting back.
Well, yeah, what powers our ship?
They have a fuel that's made of fossil fuels and magic.
How do we
Skeletal
go?
hand in the middle of the market is a nice touch too, gotta say.
Ryan, I would also like to stock up on this fuel for the ship. So I want to make sure our ship is fully fueled, and then I want to make sure we're carrying enough to at least fully refuel once. I wouldn't mind maybe a second, depending on what that does for our, cargo capacity.
Yeah, in terms of cargo capacity, with all of you on board, there's not going to be room for additional fuel. You could try to affix a canister of it to the hull, but there will be no room inside.
Okay, I would like to ask the gnomes if they could outfit an additional fuel storage so that we can double the fuel capacity of the ship.
Yeah, they say that shouldn't be a problem. It'll cost you 200 gold for them to work on that and get that fixed up for you.
Worth it. Done.
Also, would it be possible to get instructions on how to make the fuel?
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh yeah, I'm a good one for that. Hold on.
Does his passion for all things flying and mechanical help at all?
I am going to use my inspiration.
Lignyck, guidance.
I am also going to guidance myself.
Oh, I guidance. Oh, I was going to say I guidance you because I can do it again.
You guidance me. That's fabulous.
And super exciting. Notice it. I'm not there to notice it.
I'm going to add 4.
Okay. Yep. They will tell you how they make it. The process is quite lengthy and arduous, but there are fuel deposits below the city that they can drill down into and bring up. So you would have to find a deposit similar to that elsewhere if you were to make it yourself. And the magical part of it is just gnomish wizards can imbue the fuel so that it's useful. Because in its raw form, their flying aircraft can't use it.
Let's get one of those.
I have buyer's remorse.
I don't. Our other option was walking around through these mountains, and even if it's going to be hard to find fuel, even if we can find it for big trips, we have the extra mobility.
Am
What
I with you guys yet or no?
Yes.
I may also have helped with some additional travel abilities.
What do you mean?
Well, you know that teleportation circle thing that I figured out, but I can only go to, a few places right now?
Yeah.
I figured out a slightly shorter but more portable version of it.
It's amazing. How does it work?
It's really cool. Hold on, I need to look it up to read it to you. So, what I can do is, and it doesn't work for like long distance traveling, but you know that mountain thing that we were having problems with? I could have helped up there. So, as long as I can see it for like, 500 feet or so, I can make a portal right here, a circle that we could walk through, and it'd go poof, and we go over there. So, helps with hard terrain and stuff.
That's incredible, Faewyn. That's amazing. Congratulations. That's huge.
Thank you. It's not quite time, but it's at least moving, and space seems a little bit like time, so I'm working on things. And this lovely lady here taught me 3 time spells, and if we could stay longer, I could learn more, but I can come back too.
Well, absolutely. Now that we have the airship, and now that we know where this place is, we can come back to Glimmerview anytime we want.
I also can take us here with the teleportation circle. So we got options, is what I'm saying. I can take Valshani, Thorbold Steep, or Glimmerview.
Yeah, Evad's wondering if you can teleport the ship if we run out of fuel.
Only if it can fit through a 10-foot wide opening. So I think we'd have to squish it a bunch.
Oh, is that the teleportation circle's 10 foot? Okay.
Yeah, but if anybody can shrink it, then sure. I don't know how to do that yet, but you know what? Possibly at some point in time in the future. Actually, somebody at Glimmerview might know. We could see if we could learn that, and then yeah, I could.
There we go.
Do you guys want to stick around for a couple more days?
Nah, we should get going before we bring down the undead on this city too.
Oh, I wouldn't like that. Everybody here has been so nice.
It just seems wherever we go, they seem to show up.
Yes, but I do think we maybe need to spend a little bit of time trying to figure out where we need to go, given how precious fuel is going to be. We don't want to be going around wandering. So they don't know anything nearby, but maybe if we head further north, we can find some places who haven't met the undead yet. And I don't know how far spread things are, but if things were kind of coming from the south, then maybe the north is yet clear.
And Faewyn, just a reminder because it's been a while. I forget her name, but the one who's teaching you time magic had also mentioned that there were time disturbances up to the north.
Oh, yes. Thank you for the reminder.
And she had wanted you to look into those.
And I said we would.
Yeah.
So she taught us the time magic.
So, realistically, how far north can we get with one of these flying ships?
You don't know.
We ask.
Um,
With our double fuel capacity to get to make a 2-way trip, how far could we get?
They're pretty sure that you could get up close to a human town called Fallsguard and back to Glimmerview on a single tank. So if there's a human town that far away, maybe there will be others that you can get to.
And do we have any indication of how far north the temporal disturbances were?
Good question. Let me see if I've got this to scale. So it's 260. Yeah, you think she thinks that it was Fallsguard is 216 miles. It's almost twice as far as Fallsguard to the straight north of where you are.
So we could get there but not get back.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah,
Because,
with your double fuel capacity, you could get back.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Well, I think that settles it. Let's go investigate time disturbances.
And we did say we would.
Yep, we did. And maybe, like I said, if there's time disturbances up there, then maybe that means there's people who haven't been affected by undead, and we can find some allies.
That would be fabulous.
Okay. So yeah, the captain is ready to fly with you guys the next day. They've got the ship fixed up, so there's an extra fuel tank on it, and you guys are good to go. And Grun just can't concentrate.
First, they fly in a new ship. It's all too exciting.
All right, so I'm gonna pull you guys to this map.
Are those of us learning to fly able to do one of those too?
Yes. Yeah, anybody who's doing training, learning stuff, can do checks. So Lignyck gets another one for airships.
And Ryan, I have no ability to show some of the chronomancy spells or my prepared slots in D&D Beyond.
Oh, okay.
But I currently have Rewind and Sensing Time Disturbances.
Okay.
So I've got two unprepared ones to hold those.
Sounds good.
And,
Lignyck, you succeed in figuring out more about flying. Evad is not so lucky. Grun continues work on the Orcish primer. And Skippy continues to be cute.
What else was Faewyn working on? I think she was working on Orcish as well.
Yeah, she was learning Orcish.
May she continue on the ship?
Sure.
That's straight int, right?
Yep.
I
Wow, you roll a 2 and you still succeed.
Excellent.
Oh, that was a save, though. I think your saving throws are higher than your intelligence check, right?
They are. So she'll just take a moment to try again.
Okay.
And again.
And again. There you go.
It takes a little work occasionally, but... Oh, wait, 1 second. I don't think I could. As a reaction, I can do it. I don't think I can react twice.
Oh, yeah.
Could I react to that 4? Or no, because I'm busy learning something elsewhere?
Yeah, I would say you're probably focused on learning flying.
I think she's too excited because she's in an airship. But, it's all sorts of things are going on.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that is the first day of flight is done. You don't see anything terribly interesting. It's amazing the speed with which this thing travels. You clear the mountains by midday, and you reach the edge of northern forest by the end of the day, where the pilot puts the ship down for the night, or actually for the day, I guess, because they usually fly at night because it's safer.
So we'll do what we can to camouflage the ship as best as possible.
Okay.
Before setting up for our long rest.
Okay.
And we will be in a fancy little hut.
An alarm setup.
So what do you want for a disguised ship?
Survival check.
I'll volunteer to do that.
Thank you.
Guidance.
Anybody want to help me?
Yeah, I'll help you.
Oh, thank goodness. You don't want my help.
And guidance. So 25.
25 is really good. Probably nothing's going to see through that.
Go next morning.
So through the night, who's on watch here? No watch list here anymore. All right, quick. What's your watch order?
I'll be first.
I'll go middle because I have dark vision.
I'll go middle somewhere.
And I'll go wherever's left.
Okay, Evod's taking the last. I no longer have the ability to use that fate roll, which had been really nice. So, Grun.
Yay.
While you're up in the hut, you note that there is a large pack of gnolls wandering the plains. They don't appear to have noticed you guys or your ship. They're just making their way across the land.
All right, I take note of how many there are, what direction they're going off in. I pay as much attention as possible, and I make sure to pass that on to the next person on watch and to the rest of the group as soon as we get up in the morning.
Okay. They appear to be heading towards the forest. So they're going into the woods, away from the plains, heading southwest.
Do they look like they're in a hurry, like they're running away or to anything? Are they looking like...
You can give
are
me a
they
perception check.
Yeah.
And actually, you can give me an insight check too. Your perception, you basically count that there are 16 of them. But besides that, you don't get much, and you're not. Gnolls are hard to read. You don't get a sense of their emotion.
That didn't add anything for my...
Oh, that should add a wisdom.
Yeah, that should add a modifier. Both of those should add modifiers. So the first perception should have been at 10, and the insight's is 16.
Okay. Yeah, the perception you're not getting much, but the insight check, you do note that they seem to be looking over their shoulders a lot, especially the rear guard gnolls as they're continuing on into the woods, and you can tell that they have a sense of relief once they get into the cover of the forest, and they kind of relax a bit as they continue their stroll.
Okay, I'll keep watch from where they came and where they went, and pass that message on down the line for the watch.
Okay. The rest of the night passes uneventfully. So, next day, are you guys going to continue your training?
While we're flying, yep.
Okay.
Also, Ryan,
Yes.
each day we're flying, for those of us not training, can we be doing our other things?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Like you did your Orcish primer yesterday. Oh, Skippy, you scared somebody.
That was a
Maybe-
mean one.
Maybe yourself.
Okay, so I make no work on my primer because I'm too focused, because I'm all in on the communion.
Yeah.
Now hold on, because modifier again. What the heck?
Yeah.
It's still only 11.
Yeah, it's not enough.
I got too excited with the communion, I forgot about the hugging.
And how many is Faewyn at, just out of curiosity?
Oh, I know why. Sorry, just 1 second, Jody. I know why it's not giving you the bonuses. It's because you're clicked on the group 2 icon when you're making the rolls, and that token doesn't have any of your stats.
Oh, how do I click onto mine?
I think you can just click off of that token, and then it will use your character rolls. If you want to give that a try and see if that works the way that I hope it does.
You fixed a problem for me. I made macros for all my attacks and stuff like that in here, and none of them were working. I couldn't figure out why. It was because I was selecting the group 2.
Oh, okay.
That's all right. I can do it through D&D Beyond as well. It's not a problem.
Okay. So sorry, what was that, Jody?
I was just curious where Faewyn was on learning Orcish.
With that success, you are now at 7 out of 25.
Cool, thank you.
And I'm only 2 away from finishing, if I'm correct, right?
That's right. These last 3 days have been particularly difficult for you. Lots of failures.
Really?
All right. So you guys spend the day studying, and by the end of the day, or the end of the night, you guys come to a city under siege. You can see that the city still stands. The walls are intact, but there is a vast sea of creatures of all types surrounding the city in all directions.
Undead creatures or otherwise?
You're really high up as you're flying, so you guys have a spyglass, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay. You can give me a perception check then.
Somebody who's good at that, please.
Okay. So yeah, Skippy, you take a look, and in the early dawn light, you can make out some details, and they do appear to be undead surrounding the city.
Any flying things?
Skippy comes up actually away from the thing, and his arms are kind of limp, and the spyglass is kind of like dangling from his fingers, and then actually just falls to the ground. And he takes a step back from the window where he was looking.
Skippy, are you okay?
Uh, uh, we can't go there.
What did you see?
I know this city.
Well, tell us about it.
This is where he's from, right?
You are from the Empire of the Sun, I believe. Yeah.
Yep. This is where I grew up.
Oh, so why can't we go there?
It's a bad place. It's not good. I mean, it's not an evil city, but like it'll eat you up.
So you don't want to help save them?
Well, yeah, but there are people here that are searching for me.
Searching for you? That doesn't sound good.
But oh, wait a minute. They're looking for a halfling.
You look a little different than that.
Oh, yeah, I might be okay. Okay, but nobody call me by my real name.
Who do you want to be?
Well, I guess could be called Skippy, but they used to call me Skippy, and I don't think they actually knew my real name, so maybe you actually use my real name, not my fake name.
We could do that. So are we going to try and help save these people?
Yeah. Oh, my real name is Ander.
Yeah, you told me before.
Well, I know, but Evad was asking.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
So sorry, just to check. We settled on we are calling you Ander, or are we calling you Skippy?
Yeah, you should call me Ander if we're going into the city. Skippy
Well,
is kind of a...
At least help people escape.
Yeah, Skippy was a term that the local crime boss used for the packs of street urchins that he got to like steal and pickpocket.
That doesn't sound very good.
So
Well, you're with us now. All good.
If you call me Skippy, they'll think that I'm part of that group.
Well, you're not. You're ours.
Maybe. Or maybe they'll just ignore it. It's hard to say. But I think just to be safe. And don't tell anybody I'm a halfling.
You aren't. Look at you.
I know, but I mean, like, really, I'm still a halfling.
Fair enough. But
So as you're flying around deciding what to do, the captain turns to you and says, "We got trouble incoming."
what's happening?
Lignyck, you've been doing fairly well with your training, so you'd be up at the controls and able to see out the view screen that you have skeletal dragons closing in on your position.
How far are we from the city?
Not far.
We should make a break for the city.
Are each of these squares 5 feet?
I believe so.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm going to move this slightly then. Guys. Oh, what happened? Oh, someone talked. It zoomed me right in on you guys while I was trying to move. Okay. So I've got the combat tracker up. We can roll initiative. Oops. All right, Grun. Even though I've got you guys positioned around the plane, you guys are all inside of it right now. And you probably wouldn't have a good view of what's going on out there.
Okay. So where would my movement speed take me? 30 feet.
Well, you could open up the back hatch of the plane, where you guys, the way that you board, to take a look out the back of the plane. That's about as good as you can do.
Okay, and there's nowhere else I can nowhere else I can go to try to get line of sight or like casting ability.
If you want to give me an athletics check, you can climb up onto the outer hull. It's a good time to roll. Okay, so yeah, you are up on the back of the ship, so that used, we'll say, 20 feet of movement to get up there.
Okay, from there, I would like to cast the spell because I can do this again. I thank my ancestors, my mother chief among them, and I cast Guiding Bolt. So I need to make a ranged spell attack.
Okay. Yeah, that'll hit.
No, 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 no,
Oh, ouch.
no, Ryan.
All praise the ancestors.
Ryan, there's a thing about that, right? There's a thing about if you roll 4 1s, it doesn't count.
The thing is, you do 4 damage.
4 radiant damage.
Yeah, they're not vulnerable to radiant either. So
Hey, Grun.
Well, my next attack roll made against them before the end of my next turn has advantage now. So,
yay!
Ryan, the words I want to say right now cannot be said on your thing.
Hey, Grun.
Are you guys able to hear Mike when he talks? He's been trying to get your attention, Grun.
Oh, sorry. No, I hadn't. Can you say again?
Is this working?
Yep.
Now it is.
So, Grun, how would you feel about meleeing one of these dragons?
About what one of these dragons?
Either riding one of them or fighting it in melee range.
I mean, I am up for both. I am definitely more for riding one of them. Like, as long as, like, when I say this, I mean, like, I want one of them under my control. If that's not an option, yeah, I want to be on top of one of them, beating the crap out of it, probably.
Okay, remember that you asked for that.
I also want to ride one. But I have Featherfall prepared.
That is smart.
I don't.
So maybe I should ride it. What can I do once I'm there, though? I'm not much of a melee guy.
Is there not enough room for Krabby in our current environment?
He's in the ship. Probably Faewyn's sitting on him.
Okay.
He's comfy.
So anything else on your turn, Grun?
Oh, sorry, no.
Okay.
That barely injured taunts me.
How high up are we, Ryan?
Oh, tell me that's gonna move. Just counted out 80 feet. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. Just lots of leg. I don't know. I'd say you're probably like 300 or 400 feet up.
Okie dokie, thanks.
And I don't think that's a 60-foot cone. I don't think that's gonna hit.
That's good.
Well, that's not ominous when you're riding on the back of the plane or the back of the ship to hear 60-foot cone.
Yeah. Probably gonna be bad.
I fail.
Oh no, you don't have to save because you're inside the ship. I have to measure out a cone
Of
to
all the con saves to fail.
60 feet. So Grun, you are just outside the cone, so you don't have to save.
It is your lucky day.
Yes, it is.
I sure hope so.
So Grun, you are standing on the back of this plane. You fire off your guiding bolt, look over, and you see this dragon swoop in a big arc towards the plane, open its mouth, and just shards of bone start flying out and pelting the hull of the ship. It takes a severe beating. Oh, I didn't actually have...
I will need Krabby actions when it's my turn.
Oh, it won't even let me give it hit points. Huh? Oh, there we go. Okay, so it takes 55 damage.
How much health does it have?
You don't know, but it looks like it's in rough shape. The windscreen in the cockpit has been shattered out, so you guys are getting full blast of air flying in at you. Yeah, it's not looking good.
Do we need to have the pilot in initiative as well, Ryan?
I've got that in as the gnomish plane.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
I just figured we might want to move it at some point.
What? Why did Skippy just re-roll for initiative?
I didn't re-roll. That's the first time I rolled.
What? I thought you were in the initiative order before.
No.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. Well then, Skippy, we'll do your turn then. The ship has just taken a heavy blast of bone shards, Grun's on the back, and you can see a dragon flying out front towards you.
I take out my wand of secrets and look for a secret door. No. Just kidding. I'm just I
Okay.
I have no idea what to do. I got nothing of use here. That's I can take a pot shot at him with my crossbow, but he's pretty far away. So
Yeah.
yeah. So if I take a pot shot with my crossbow and I use my inspiration, that gives me advantage, which means that I have sneak attack.
Will you have advantage when you're long range with your crossbow?
Oh yeah, right. That's just
No, you can't out, right?
yeah. Fuck. All right. I know what to do. I know this looks bad for us, team, but I really think that we're going to persevere and come out ahead in the end. He's going to use his Ioun of leadership and just give a stupid speech because he can't do anything else. And he's 14 and perspiring.
Okay. Yeah, you give a rousing speech in 6 seconds, hoping that it will help in some way. Anything else in your turn?
No, there's really nothing else I can do.
Okay. Evad, what are you going to do?
Sorry, I'm an idiot. I will go at disadvantage and try attack.
Okay.
Okay, maybe I'll roll really good.
Yeah. No sneak attack, but 11 damage is better than nothing.
Yeah, so whatever. Okay, so maybe I should have done that to begin with. Now I'm really done, I promise.
Evad, yeah, you could shoot through the crowd at the dragon out front. It will have partial cover. Okay. Why do you have 4 favored enemies? I thought Rangers only got 2.
Mine did.
Oh dear.
Mine is the Unearthed Arcana one, so I don't know about the regular ones.
It's gonna be bad. Okay, yeah, you just the ship gets bumped as you're taking the shot, and the arrow just flies into the inside of the hull. It's just sticking out there like a few inches away from Skippy's head. But no harm, no foul. Anything else on your turn? I believe Hunter's Mark is a bonus action, so yep. Ooh, there's all kinds of new symbols here. There's a targeted one. Okay, I put a Hunter's Mark on there. Anything else? All right. So
I'm encouraging the dude to land.
how fast do you want to land?
Safely.
Okay. He angles the ship downwards and begins a steep descent, but controlled.
Excellent.
And
is that as far as it can move?
Well, it went down a bunch too, I'm assuming.
It's also dropped 40 feet.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's going at a 45-degree angle towards the ground. All right, Faewyn, you would have been a little bit closer to the back with Grun. So you're not really getting a good line of sight on anything from where you are.
Even sitting on Krabby, I can't see anything?
There's too many people in front and too much of the ship. You're not up by the windscreen. So yeah, I'd say that you probably can't see anything of that dragon out front from where you are.
Okay, well that changes things. I need just a moment.
Sure.
Okay, if I do get in sight of one of those dragons, I'm going to ready the action casting Sunbeam if I have a clear shot at them without injuring any of my fellow people on the ship or damaging the ship.
Okay. Yeah, you do have the wand of the...
Oh, shoot. I do lose it if I don't cast it. So I'm not doing that. I am going to... Can I see outside anywhere?
You can see bits out front of the windshield, and definitely you can see the sky out back because the back hatch is open where Grun crawled out.
And I realized I'm not currently attuned to the thing I was going to do.
Oh, you would have had time to attune.
Okay. Then I am just going to cast Insect Cloud kind of above us, and all it does is causes a 30-foot radius around us, swarm of insects, making the area heavily obscured for creatures other than me. I'll do it above us. Oh, it says it remove. Never mind, I'm not doing that either. Faewyn will do nothing this turn.
All right. Are you going to have Seraphina do anything?
No, she will try and stay safe as much as possible.
Okay.
I guess I'll do a cantrip if any of them get in range. So if I can see them, I will do a firebolt. if I don't endanger any of our people doing so or damage the ship.
What's the range on Firebolt?
120 feet.
Yeah. Well, you see a dragon. It's a little bit higher than you guys are, but it's flying up top in front, so you would get a little bit of a view of it, enough that with your wand you will be able to hit it.
It's a cantrip. It's not a wand. So it's just a fire.
No, I know, but your wand allows you to shoot even if they have cover, right? Like you don't get negatives.
Yes, my wand at the War Mage does. Yes.
Yeah.
Half cover. If they've got 3/4, I believe they still get.
Okay.
So what did that show for?
You got a 23 to hit, which is a hit,
Excellent.
and it does 16 fire damage.
I like that. Burn, baby, burn.
Evad, I just saw your comment. Unless you get a second shot, I think Rangers get 2 shots. What is that? At 5th level, most fighting classes get an ability. Extra attack, I think it's called.
Extra attack, and I know Beastmaster in the UA one doesn't, but all the other ones do.
Okay. Yeah, if you have extra attack, then you already got 2 attacks. If you want to roll that second attack now, you can. Oh man, 2 1s. Evad has some terrible luck. Fortunately, it's not super terrible. This arrow hits the other side of Skippy's head into the hull, and so his head is nicely framed by 2 of Evad's arrows now.
Skippy might look back and give him a what the hell look.
And this dragon is going to also descend after the ship. So it's at the same level. And yeah, this one you're going to have to save for, Grun. Okie doke. No plane. Okay.
We are going down in a smoking wreck of wreckiness.
That's another 55 damage. Grun, you're going to be taking that.
In a smoking wreck of 30,000 gold.
This is like the fastest we've trashed 30,000 gold in the history.
Ever.
Like this is tragic. And you know, Ryan, you're a terrible human being.
I know.
You don't sound all that shaken up about it.
Well, you know.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I would agree with that.
Well, it got you here really fast. All right, Lignyck.
So where I am, do I see Grun?
No. You're inside at the controls with the captain, and Grun is on the back of the plane, screaming in agony, probably.
I am commanding a bonus action. I am commanding Krabby to do some of that on the ship.
Okay. Yeah, so you can roll that. So it gets 17.
16 plus 2. 2d8 plus 2.
Yeah. Okay.
So I almost rode maximum.
Yeah, it stops smoking. It's like a little R2D2 thing when the Millennium Falcon starts spitting sparks and smoking, and he goes over and uses his little fire extinguisher. Krabby's right there, fixing up the worst of it, keeping the plane going.
Hey, Skippy, were you serious?
Huh?
When I commented about Grun wanting to ride one, do you want to?
Yeah. Well, that's sure. Why not?
I'll do my best to not let you die, okay?
Okay.
I am activating my level 11 feature, which is that,
Mm-hmm.
which is charged with Vortex Warp.
I thought you were charging it with 2nd level healing.
Nope.
He was asking if it was
I was
possible.
asking if it was possible, and it's if this proves to be a bad idea, that will be my backup.
Okay.
And yeah, I talked with Jody about this before game, so that she can vouch for that it was my plan.
I thought it was
All right.
maybe a little insane, but you wanted to run with it. We'll find out.
Vertically, what is the range that these dragon duders are at?
The one directly to the east is not very far at all. It's 30 feet from you. This guy would be... I have to do math, because you're also 40 feet down. So say maybe like 50 to 60 feet.
Okay. I am going to blip Skippy onto the back of whichever one's closer.
Okay. Do you have to be able to see it? Well, you're in the cockpit. You can see everything. So, all right. Skippy blips.
And if you want to resist it, it's I believe it's a con saving throw.
Skippy, do you want to resist it?
I'm not that bright.
Oh God.
All right. Anything else, Lignyck?
No. Oh, wait, this might not work. The way it's worded, teleported to an unoccupied space of my choice. On the dragon's back is an occupied space.
That's true. That's true. It's hostile. It's a hostile creature, not a space.
So that won't work. So I'm okay with that. That changed my action, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot at him I can see them because I'm at the...
Yep.
And it was blown out by the
dragon breath.
Breath already. So I'm going to take me some shots at that feller.
Okay.
Woo!
Our ranged attackers are doing wonders tonight.
Oh, right, my turn. I was waiting for my...
I've got one more attack yet. I was waiting to see if that 87 meant anything nefarious.
Okay, go ahead.
Shooting range weapons. Oh, oops. You hit an unintended random target. Randomize all combatants within 10 feet for a short range attack or 30 feet for a long range attack, and roll a second attack roll. If you beat their armor class, roll damage as if they were your intended target. Okay.
That's an amazing screw up considering everybody's like behind me.
I know, you must have got jostled something terrible. Yeah, so Faewyn is outside of, or no, I guess she would be within 10 feet. Yeah, okay, so Skippy is 1 or 2, Evad is 3 or 4, or no, there's the captain in there too. Okay, captain is 1.
Kill the captain.
Captain is 1, Skippy is 2, Evad is 3, Faewyn is 4. Evad! Okay, so make an attack roll against Evad.
Shit.
For Pete's sake.
All right, Evad, your armor class is 21, so that's a hit. Evad, you take 12 damage as Lignyck is flailing around trying to, like, he's at the controls and takes out his crossbow and it fires prematurely right into you. You do have a second attack, right?
I'm going to not do that again, but I'm going to shoot again, yes.
Okay. You almost did it again. 13 misses.
Okay, I'm done.
So now it's Skippy's turn. Skippy,
Sorry,
you are not on the back of a dragon, but you're in the front.
All right. Well, that dragon is within 30 feet now.
Yep.
I will shoot at it with... I'm going to use my inspiration and get advantage and use my sneak attack.
Okay. Nice shot. 24 hits, and it takes 27 damage. So that's your bonus action and your action.
No, not my bonus action. My action, that's just one action.
Oh, because you used your inspiration, not your aim.
Yeah,
right.
You know what? I'm going to use my aim. Let's just use my aim. Leave my inspiration alone. I totally forgot about aim. And with my move, it doesn't matter. So. Right. Okay. So you take your shot. Does the dragon take damage from laughing at us? I don't think so, Evad. So anything else on your turn, Skippy? No, that's it. Okay. And I probably do half that damage anyway. No, their only their only resistance is necrotic. Oh, okay. See how I got Grun? That information out of him, guys?
That was beautiful. All right, so against the same dragon, so with advantage, I'm casting another guiding bolt.
Okay. 20 hits. That's a little better.
That's much better, yes. So 13. And then I'm going to use my movement to get back into the ship, please. Okay, you can give me another athletics check. No problem. You swing back down into the ship. Anything else? No, I was just trying to think if I had anything for bonus action I'm going to use, and that's it. All right, so this dragon drops down right in front of the ship, and
How do I do a recharge attempt? Will it just automatically do it? No. Okay. Click on that. Yes. Success! Everybody inside the ship. Everybody inside the ship, please make dexterity saving throws. Difficulty 15.
What kind of breath weapon is it?
That's a good question. Piercing damage. No, not poison, Grun. Piercing.
Yeah, but if you fail the if you fail the Constitution save, you're also poisoned.
No, it has to choose between shard breath and noxious breath.
Oh.
It uses one of the following breath weapons. Okay, so Skippy and Lignyck and Faewyn and Evad all take half damage. So you take 19. And everybody else takes 38.
I didn't make one for Krabby.
Or Seraphina.
Oh. Seraphina doesn't have improved evasion or anything, though, eh? To take 0 damage if she succeeds at a save?
I don't think so. How do I see her? This new system won't let me. There, I'm looking.
So Krabby takes 38 damage too. Seraphina features talons, flyby, keen hearing, and sight. Nope.
Yeah, that does not look good.
Nope.
Well, she's got 1 hit point. It doesn't matter. She's gone.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was saying if she had improved evasion and succeeded and took 0, then it would matter. But she doesn't. So she's.
You guys hear
Cool.
Faewyn let out a yell of anguish.
Grun probably doesn't hear like a ton of it because the blood in his ears is pounding rather heavily right now.
Fair enough.
Also, the captain is dead.
Oh, crap!
The ship is still powered up and continuing on its last set trajectory towards the city. But it is, there's a big dragon right in front of you.
Am
And
I
that's it for
allowed
you.
to scream anything?
Yeah.
Gather close to me for an abort. Come here.
Yeah. Evad is beside you, as is Grun. And Skippy and Lignyck are up front with the dead captain.
Well, I've called them. That's all I can do because it's not my turn yet.
Evad, that's the one that you've marked that's in front of you, so you can take your shots. 28 is a hit. D6. Okay. So you can roll damage and add a D6 to it for your hunter's mark. What sheet are you looking at? Are you looking at the one in Forge or the one on D&D Beyond? Inventory. Good question. I'm just going to click on the longbow and see what happens. Oh. So if you click on the damage button there, I don't know why it's not showing up the same for you. If you're clicking on the one in Forge, if you click on the dice icon beside your longbow +3, it should give you this window where it gives you an attack and a damage. But the 28 hit, so you can just click on damage. Do you see the damage button in the chat window? It says Evad, bow runner, and then longbow +3 attack and damage. If you just click on damage, it should roll the dice. Huh. Let me try clicking on it. Yeah, it brings up another window. I'm going to add a 1d6 situational bonus for Hunter's Mark. Click that. So 18 damage. It's a nice one. Maybe you couldn't click the damage button because I was the one that clicked on the bow. I don't know. And 23 is a hit. I'll do the damage for you again since it's not working for you. 9 more. Or not 9, 16. Because of all those bonuses. All right. Anything else on your turn? Okay. Plane continues to drop. It's shuddering as it goes. Dragon gets an attack of opportunity as it goes past.
Aren't they at different heights, though?
They had been at the same height. That was the dragon that swooped down in front of the nose of the ship and blasted the interior. So, yeah, they're at different heights now, but it has to go past them still. That's weird. I see. I think I clicked on the word bite the first time, and that's why it rolled just an attack roll. Or, no, the window. I don't know what I did. Whatever. Damage. 18 more. Oh, my The ship is holding together by like a piece of duct tape. All right, Faewyn.
Well, we may not live for this to be useful, but I'll cast Arcane Gate right in front of me. How high are we up now?
I had said what, 300, 400 feet before?
Yeah.
Let's see, 1 or 2 is 300. 3 or 4 is 4. Okay, so you were at 300 feet, so you're at 220 now.
Okay, and I can see out the window, right? Or I can see out the cracks in the wall.
Yeah, you can see the city coming at you at a pretty alarming pace.
We're not within 500 feet of the interior of the city, though, right?
Yeah.
We are?
Yeah.
Great. I am looking at a point in the interior of the city, and a ring is going to appear there, and there's one right beside me in the ship. And I'm going to say to everybody, go through from this side. Okay.
And are you going through as well?
Hold on. I don't believe I actually can until people are through, but I'll double check that.
Okay.
Oh, I can. I'm going through. I tell everybody to get through. Follow me.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because if my concentration goes because I'm hit by anything, we lose this. I'm going through.
Okie doke. There. Faewyn is safely down in the city.
And hoping to have more company really quickly.
I think the ship's taken enough damage that it's kind of in free fall. Putting it in hover probably isn't going to be an option if either of us could even figure out how to do it.
Yeah. I would give you a chance because you've been kind of playing around with the controls a bit, but yeah, it's in pretty rough shape. Oh no, it would have to stay there and it just dive bombs down 80 feet, and we'll see if it wasn't close enough to use its breath weapon last time. It really doesn't matter. The plane has 1 hit point left, so. The plane, a wing falls off as this dragon lets go a blast. Yeah, you guys are in trouble. The ship has lost power now and is beginning to drop at a steeper rate.
I'm gonna need you to give me the damage for that, Ryan. It's gonna matter.
No. It took the hull of the ship took the damage, and the hull has now failed. You guys were all inside of the ship from the angle that he hit, so you don't need to save. But there's like smoke flying out of the back of this thing now. That dragon doesn't even have to do anything. They know the job's done. So if anybody would like to abandon ship through the ring, you guys can give me dexterity saving throws.
Oh, Grun. Oh. I'm afraid the manual wouldn't have helped you in that situation.
No, wouldn't have helped if I'd read it. Faewyn, I'm sorry, you'll never learn how to fully finish saying that phrase in Orcish.
Oh, can I do something before I run through the portal?
Depends what it is.
I would like to cast Featherfall on Grun.
Okay. Lignyck and Grun, you guys are having a real hard time. Pardon me?
And Crabby.
Yeah, you guys, the ship's a mess. It's starting to spin as it falls straight down. What is terminal velocity? D&D's decided that you reach terminal velocity after 200 feet. So they are after 200 feet. Okay. Well, yeah, this is a 200-foot free fall at this point. Okay. You guys have one more chance as the plane just plummets straight down towards the ground. Faewyn, Evad, and Skippy, you're all inside the city, and you can see the plane just spiraling down, falling, and it will fall outside of the city walls as it goes straight down.
And okay, did you allow me to cast Featherfall on the way down out?
That's a reaction. So yeah, you could have done that as you were heading out. So Grun, if you wanted to
Actually,
abandon ship and featherfall, you could.
Can I change that? Not because I don't love Grun, but to Lignyck, because Grun has his racial ability, doesn't he? Oh no, that's Tempest, the barbarian thing.
Nope, I've
Yeah.
got that. That's an orcish thing. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, you might actually survive the fall, but Lignyck won't.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right.
Ryan, you said we get to make another dexterity save to try to get through the portal, you said?
Yeah, one more deck save.
Oh my God, Grun! What are you? Why do you hate
This is-
yourself? You hate yourself.
This is where Grun's meant to die, apparently. Like the dice have decided this is where Grun has to make that one or all
Hey,
roll.
which order did people do this in? Because it may matter.
Grun, what do you mean? Like, well, I made my roll before anyone else.
Right, but who was in initiative order first?
I think me.
Grun was at the top of the order. I was at the bottom.
It's a little less ideal.
I might have a plan.
Hey Grun.
Yep.
I forgot to pull. Like
Mike
This
needs to
seems-
speak before you tell Grun what happens to him. 'Cause
Okay.
he's trying to do something.
So I made my dex saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
I've been told that for the person who cast this, that you're able to maintain line of sight through the portal.
Okay.
I am running through, and if I still have line of sight on Grun, I'm vortexing, warping him to me.
Okay. And you have that spell prepared?
It's in my ring.
Didn't you already use that? Oh no, you
8
didn't.
times
You were
a
going
day.
to-
Well, and it's
You're
8 times a day.
Okay. Grun, are you going to resist the vortex warp?
No.
I didn't think so.
I mean, yes, Grun is tired of it all. He's done. No. He says, no, this is my time to die. My ancestors, they called me.
The slight problem with this plan is that we are probably going to lose the horseshoes of speed.
And Krabby.
I can rebuild
Grun-
Krabby.
Grun, you are a moment away from your utter destruction inside that ship when Lignyck pulls you through with a spell, and you all hear the catastrophic boom outside the city walls as your airship goes up in flames.
That was nicely done. Way to not die, everybody.
Well, I guess we don't have to pay the pilot.
Faewyn.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah, I'm glad I learned that one. I didn't expect to need it quite so quickly. I'm sorry about the pilot and Krabby and Serafina. This was a rough day.
Oh,
Yeah.
Serafina was lost? Oh.
Yeah, I'm hopeful that I can summon her back again, but I'll need some space. And I want to do it quickly, though, so that nothing bad happens to her. Would you guys sit here and watch me for 10 minutes?
I can't help but imagine that we're attracted a lot of attention. Maybe we should go find somewhere more quiet.
Okay, can we find it quickly, though? Skippy, do you know where we should go?
I do. Follow me, and I'll lead them to a good inn that is, quiet.
Okay. You would know that the Southgate Inn, just through the gates here, is a pretty upscale place, usually fairly quiet.
Oh, it's really close to the Great Library, so that will make Faewyn happy.
That will.
And I take him through the front.
Okay. The person at the front desk looks at all of you as Grun's chugging potions as he comes in the door. And he says, hello. You look like a rather roughed up bunch. Have you been fighting on the wall?
No.
We fought undead.
We fought above the wall.
Well, for brave warriors such as yourselves, I could get you each a room for 3 gold apiece.
Faewyn's eyes go up a little.
3
Grun-
gold. I think you could do better than that, couldn't you, my man? Says Andor, I guess, in a very kind of jovial voice that you wouldn't really hear him say stuff in usually.
You can give me a persuasion roll.
No, I can't. No,
I'd like
I
to
can't.
When you ask for a better price, he just looks at you and says, "Oh, I'm afraid that is the going rate for heroes of the realm in these difficult times. If you don't like it, do feel free to find a different inn to stay at tonight."
I push him. What was it? 3 gold.
Yep.
I push him 3 gold.
So does Faewyn.
And
Yeah.
Lignyck.
Actually, do you have a larger room where we could all stay together?
We do have conference rooms that are available for rent, yes. If you would like such a room, that would be 15 gold.
But not with beds in it, correct?
No beds.
Okay, we'll just stick rooms. Thanks.
Is there room enough to like move some beds in there if we took the table out?
We're not moving furniture about the inn, sir.
Even if we added some gold for that.
I don't know where you're from, but we don't do things that way here. If you wish to stay at another inn where they will rearrange furniture for you willy-nilly, then please feel free. But the beds are secure in their rooms and will not be moved. Thank you very much.
All right, I
I'd
push
like to-
15 gold.
I'd like to insight both his the price. Was that a fair price? And 2, is this really something he's not willing to do, or would he be willing to do it and he's just got to put up a front?
Okay, you can give me an insight check. Or 2 insight checks, I guess. Given that it's...
You're so bad tonight, Grun.
Given that it's wartime and you imagine most places are full with refugees and whatnot, 3 gold for a room is steep, but probably not beyond reason because there will be other wealthy people who are willing to pay as much for these rooms. And the second insight check was to see if he would... If he's just trying to get money out of you guys to move the furniture, yes, he's definitely looking for a big bribe.
Well, I'm not willing to pay for that, so forget it.
I did push over 15 gold for the conference room.
Okay, so you've rented the conference room for the day and also have individual rooms for each of you.
Okay, I took the individual rooms off of the group funds.
Oh, I paid for mine.
So okay, I had to.
Okay, I'll just add it back on.
Yeah, I figured like room and board was kind of the group funds one.
Okay. So what are you guys going to do at the inn?
Well, I mean, first of all, we're probably going to leave the inn and go to... Oh, well, okay. First of all, does anybody like come and follow us here? Like,
You can give me a perception check. Nope.
okay, well, that's... I guess everybody's preoccupied. Well, that's fortunate. Or maybe we could check out the market. Or no, maybe
we still got somebody burning a hole in our bags.
Or maybe we could check in with the town guard and see if there's any way that we could be of help.
Okay. So Faewyn, I assume are you going to your own room or the conference room to summon Seraphina?
Well, if we all got our own rooms, correct? We did not get the conference.
Yeah, we did get the conference room.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, but we all have our own rooms as well.
Okay, well, I would like to go where other people are going to hang out with me and watch me. So if somebody's willing to watch me in the conference room, I'd really appreciate it.
Grun will come because he would like to take a short rest.
Lignyck would like to come because he is going to gather his thoughts before he goes and hunts down crabby parts.
So I'll cast Find Familiar as a ritual.
Oh, okay. How long does that spell take to cast? An hour?
I believe so. Yep,
Okay.
an hour and 10 minutes, actually.
Okay. Okay, so Lignyck, how do you get crabby parts? Is it something that you just summon with magic or something?
It doesn't super say.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait until people are done rolling dice, and then I'll scroll up and read it.
That'll be it for me for now.
You're good now? Okay.
At the end of a long rest, you can create a new steel defender if you have your smith's tools with you. If you already have a steel defender from this feature, the first one immediately perishes. The defender also perishes if you die.
Okay. So you've got your tools on you, so you can just create it. So you've got Krabby again.
Minus his horseshoes.
Pardon me?
Minus his horseshoes of speed.
Yeah. So he will be a slower Krabby. Skippy, you go sneaking out of the inn. Where are you off to?
I'm just going around the inn, kind of doing a perimeter check, that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Kind of like without going far, I'm kind of trying to get a sense of what's going on in the city. Like maybe I'll use my streetwise sort of and like knowing the city and stuff like that. Just try, without going far, like staying close to the inn. So.
Like, how far from the inn are you willing to go?
Well, I kind of start with the maybe if there's some patrons outside, that sort of thing, having a smoke or something, or
Okay.
That sort of thing.
Yeah. So you make your way around. You can give me a perception check.
No, I can't.
Yeah. You hear people talking just about general day-to-day type things in the middle of town. So they're talking about the latest show at the theater and a scandal about some duke that you've never heard of before, and a bard who's recently returned to town, but nothing of any particular interest.
I'll sidle up to the person that said the comment about the bard, and I'll ask this bard. I like a good show. What do you know about them, if you don't mind me asking?
Not much, really. He just sort of appeared in town. I've been talking to friends, and nobody seems to know where he came from. Him and his friends, ragtag group of vagabonds, they say. But yes, I'm not so sure about his doing shows, but I've heard that he did help the Temple of Denier where people gather to receive blessings and healings in the mornings. He was over there and he was helping, and he tried to help somebody who had acquired the zombie rot, but they wound up turning in the end. Tragedy it is when we lose our soldiers to such horrible ways.
Well, it sounds like he's a helpful gentleman.
Yes, it does seem that way. I don't really know much about him, but from the little I've heard, he seems nice enough.
Do you know what inn he's staying at? That we might be able to maybe later partake in some music if he's playing there.
Oh no, I don't know anything like that. And his friend pipes up. Oh, I heard they were up at the Northgate Inn, just outside of the old town.
Oh, okay. Isn't that kind of dangerous?
No. See, there's two walls that you have to worry about. We're inside the inner walls here in Old Town, and then there's the outer walls, which are the dangerous ones, where the undead are. And there was that. Did you hear that explosion moments ago, just to the south?
Yeah, he dusts a little bit of soot off him from the fire that was and stuff like that. And he goes, yeah, I did hear it. It's must have been maybe a mage or something did like a fireball or something, eh?
Perhaps. The undead must have been getting rather close to the walls if we could see the explosion from here. Usually the undead stay quite a ways back. They're happy to keep us penned in. They don't really test the walls anymore.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's right. I have noticed that. That's strange, eh? That they don't press the attack, so to speak.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, and I'll, if that's basically all I kind of gather, I'll bring that back to the group
Okay.
and say, further evidence that there's, nobody following us, and nobody seems to have connected us between the two.
All
But
right.
I did hear about a bard that has recently come to the city with a ragtag group of misfits with him. Is kind of what the person had led me to believe. And to me, that sounds like a group of adventurers. And I was wondering if maybe a few of you might want to go and try to seek out this group of people and see if we could combine forces. Well, that's promising.
No response whatsoever.
Was that back to us? I thought you were still talking to the dude.
No, I was talking to you guys.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Shane. There's other people. Are they adventurers? Are they fighting the undead? What are they up to?
I don't know. I think that's what we should go find out. Because these people, they sounds like they went to and helped the Temple of Dred. Dred? What was it? Not Dred. Was it Dred? Oh,
You can give me a religion check.
Oh, yeah. Right.
I'll help you.
No, I.
Yeah, it started with a D. You don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it
That
was
didn't seem,
Dred.
that didn't seem like the important part of the story.
Yeah. So anyway, he there was somebody with a zombie rot, and they tried to help that person with the zombie rot and weren't able to, and the person perished. But the fact that they tried to help sounds promising to me.
I at least think we should investigate at least, and we should find out if there's, we're only in this city safe while they hold against the undead. We want to be helping with that.
Yeah, and they might have intel as to what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's with me? Like, you're done summoning Seraphina?
Well, actually, has he been gone for an hour? Because then I'm probably not even. If he hasn't, I'm not even in the conversation yet.
Yes, we definitely am. I came back in after an hour.
Did Seraphina come back, Ryan?
No.
Oh, my ears.
Did I get any sense of anything?
No. And that's where we're going to leave it tonight.
Oh.
Oh, Ryan. Oh,
But Brian, I'm not done with you yet.
Yeah, you are.